Crime is a serious problem that's huge in the urban areas, as we've seen over the past few weeks in Milwaukee with the substantial amount of violence that has occurred. If you're out in the suburbs, you may think you're safe, but crime is an issue that knows no boundaries. When you have heavy crime in urban centers, it eventually bleeds out into the suburbs and into rural communities. I believe the best defense is a good offense. That's why I've introduced a bill that could go a long way in helping curb violent crimes in Milwaukee and other municipalities around Wisconsin. My proposal builds upon the state's current law enforcement officer grant program by increasing overall funding, expanding the list of eligible applicants to include county sheriff's departments, and removing the minimum size requirement for eligible municipalities. The current program, administered by the State Department of Justice, provides annual grants to 10 eligible cities that have populations of at least 25,000. The department may not award annual grants in excess of $150,000 to any one city, and those funds must be used to employ additional uniformed law enforcement officers whose primary duties are beat patrolling. The 10 cities shared $1.2 million in the 2013-14 budget. My initiative would increase the overall grant funding to $16 million by making cuts to other programs that aren't as important as public safety. No new spending is desired, so only funds equal to the amount of accepted cuts will be allocated for the increased funding. I believe in prioritizing our spending and continuing to look for ways to run a more effective and efficient government. According to Milwaukee Police Association President Mike Crivello, our police officers are overtasked. While expected to perform duties of vacant positions, these officers are forced to work without partners, which puts them at great risk, creates delays in response times, and ultimately jeopardizes the safety of the entire community. Milwaukee has reported about 43 homicides so far this year, up 29 from this same time in 2014. This is just one example from the largest urban area in our state experiencing staffing issues or increases in crime. In my district in West Allis, annual police reports show violent crimes have jumped by 13% since 2010. Since 2013, the number of aggravated assaults has increased by 19%, and robberies have gone up by 7%. But the city has reported a 3% reduction in violent crimes since the police department implemented its Weed and Seed program a short while ago. That program strives to increase police involvement with citizens, social agencies, and other city departments to improve local neighborhoods. Police also attribute a 14.3% decrease in property crimes since 2008 to aggressive patrol strategies. So we know that more police on the streets can improve a community. I believe my proposal will give our local law enforcement officers a helping hand in keeping our citizens safe without busting the budget. My proposed bill also would supplement the HOPE package passed by the legislature last year that aims to help people suffering from drug addictions. Under my legislation, the grants also could be used to employ specialized law enforcement officers to combat any specific issues plaguing a community. The growing popularity of narcotic and prescription drug abuse, including heroin use, is an epidemic that has had tragic results throughout our entire state. As this troubling drug problem spreads, some individuals turn to crime as a means of raising money to pay for their habit. Crime is no longer a problem concentrated primarily in large urban settings. The number of heroin cases processed by the Wisconsin State Crime Lab has increased from 648 in 2012 to 1,130 in 2014. Heroin-related deaths in Milwaukee County jumped by 72% from 2013 to last year. For the second year in a row, Milwaukee County, more people died in heroin-related incidents than vehicle crashes. Police officers are often put in dangerous situations, and we need to ensure they have all the tools to keep themselves and our neighborhoods safe. That safety is key to a community's quality of life, which is something all our citizens deserve.